So hello everybody. Cars running on Harrop Trail going up, all the way up. I'm going to take this episode from the base of Harrop, just off Cedar Hill Road, all the way to the cave. Pretty much sans arrêt, without stopping. That'll be about long enough for today, I think. Depends if I get distracted along the way. I've got my earbuds in, so what is said between Samantha and I will be shared at our discretion. Harrop is one of those confusing trails, a bit like the River Nile. When it gets near the delta, it fans out to lots of tributaries leading into the sea. Well, in the case of Harrop Trail, there's basically one trail that, as it gets lower and lower on the hill, it spreads because people have different places to head to, and they are coming from different locations, but eventually we all get channeled into the one route, the one path, the true path. Hello. Yep, I'm going up the main one now. Over to my left is the power lines. Whitaker. At this stage, Harrop runs parallel to Whitaker. 9 minutes 8 seconds per kilometre. That's going to get progressively worse as I climb. This is relentless climbing now. No run breaks involved on this section. It's just knuckle down and push, push, push. As I take a moment to regain my composure. Yep, it's getting steeper. .92 kilometers from my fridge. It's going to be windy at the top, so I'm not going to go to the top today. I'm going to stay in the wind shadow. There's also little chance of getting very much video out of today. I came out just with my phone and my Sony. No point and shoot to fall back on. So, 2 kilometers done, and I'm in the thick of it now. You can hear the wind above my head blowing the canopy around. As you've probably gathered, I haven't stopped for a break yet. It's been a continuous hike all the way to this part of Harrop Trail. I'm beginning to see light at the top. We'll be topping out at around 300 feet above. 9 minutes 47. My pace has slowed to. Luckily I had 1.5 kilometers of running before I got here. Yep, well, if you are following Jackal Productions, you will know that I have been producing like crazy. I put out at least 3 podcasts yesterday. Granted, one of them was my submission to the extra mile. But I also have started a story project, a very abbreviated, slightly fictitious story of my running career, 25 years and counting, condensed to 7 minutes of audio. I say audio because I was using my chat bot to help me generate a story from previous blog posts. I have about 20 years of blog posts. I published the first 6 chapters. Well, they're more like 6 stanzas. They're not really chapters. But people would say, "But Carlos, you did not write this." I say, no, I did not. My AI assistant wrote it. I gave the assistant the prompts and the cues and the relevant sentences, and they came up with 8 or 9 sentences based on my instructions. It's just an idea, but using the robot voice from ChatGPT, it's not too bad actually. I slowed him down to 80% of his speed, so he sounds a little more earthy, a little more basal in his production. So that is an ongoing project. Can't remember now where I posted it, but I don't think I posted it on the Your 5 Minutes page. Maybe I did, I'm not sure. I'll check at one time when I get back. It's almost certainly on the Running Jackal, but not on the podcast feed, more on the Running Jackal podcast page. Alright, so now I'm at the bottom of Glendinning Trail. I won't go up today, I'll do the swoop. Harrop swoops from here, and then it climbs again to the cave. I'll check my stats all round when I get to the cave and decide much more of anything I need to do. There is the option of expanding the route towards the meadows and then swinging back that way. So I've been out for 25 minutes now, moving time, as I take a little hike break. So I know for a fact that this episode cannot be much more than 10 minutes long. It took me at least 10 minutes to get to where I was starting the recording. Probably more like 8 minutes so far. As I climb up towards the cave. Time for a stats check. So I have 11 minutes of audio so far, and I haven't really reached the halfway goal on my calorie count, so I'm gonna extend this run to take in parts of the meadows, and then I'll swoop back by the perimeter fence. Yeah. You can probably hear the wind rustling the canopy. I might actually take a completely different route. I'm not sure about that. No. Little Mount Doug is in the way. I really don't want to go over it today. Heart rate 121. That's in control. Oh, I hear women. Yeah. They're coming down Little Mount Doug. I could wait to make sure that they're safe. There are two of them. Yeah, they seem to be up to the challenge. I won't wait for them. Besides, as I say, with two of them, it's very unlikely that they will both have issues at the same moment. They seem to be yucking it up there. They're enjoying themselves. 10.5 minute pace now. To be improved upon. I think I can probably improve upon that from here on back. There's a group of hikers taking in the view, waiting for the rest of them. Hi there.
That's not the
Bob's disappointed.
Hello. They're in for quite a challenge. Hi there. Thank you. "29 minutes into my adventure." That group was a large group of seniors. They look as if they were doing Mount Doug for the first time. Oh, hello. Oh, Be careful. Thank you. There's some small children here. They're fearless. Hi there. Runner behind you. Hello. Thank you. Be careful. Alright, so now leading the family group, closely followed by the two little girls in their, I would say, single-digit age group. None of them over 10, that's for sure. Into the wind I go. It's a very nice trail going this way, I like it. I should do this more often, the anti-clockwise as opposed to the clockwise direction. Alright, so I'm on the meadows proper now. The temptation is to be abstemious with my camera, but I can't really resist it. I need at least one title photograph. Let me pause the audio for a second. So the girls got safely down off Little Mount Doug. They flashed past me as I took my little photo break. I now have the fixings of the trailer video and the shots, still shots from the meadows for my blog. Gotta concentrate now a little bit. I don't want to be looking up ahead all the time. Let them go. Let the runners go and continue with my podcast. Yeah, they're being very cautious, nimble on their feet. That's what I like about these trails. They are challenging for everybody. And the ones that do the best are people who have joined the sport of trail running from mountain biking. They're fearless, I tell you. They would take this trail at speed. They do wear helmets, but still, the hands and the body does get somewhat beaten up when you come down off your bike. I'm not sure which way the girls went, but I'm definitely going this way. Oh, yep, they're ahead of me. Not by much. So eventually you get to know the movers and shakers of the running community here. My story is going to be full of blog entries expanded into artificially generated paragraphs of my life as a runner over the past 20 years or so. But what I will do is I will release a block of stanzas. I've done part 1, which is 6 stanzas. About 8 minutes of audio. I find if I ask the AI to expand too much more than that, it becomes ludicrously absurd. It's just they have to invent more the more output you ask from them. If you ask them for 5 sentences, they stick to the point. If you ask them for 15 sentences, they will start making things up, which will ruin the story for you and for me. But I will do the current episodes. Hello. I will do the stanzas from recent outings, and I will post some vintage chapters from my blog. So I'm guessing by the time I'm done, it'll be about 40 minutes of reading. Hello. Just about to turn off the swoopy trail. Gonna do some climbing very soon. Just about here. 36 minutes into my adventure and 21 minutes into my audio. As I gain a little bit of breath here, I will be running very shortly. I normally take you down this swoopy trail, but it's not too bad going back up. It diagonalizes across the slope and takes me all the way to Glendinning. So 22 and a half minutes of audio already captured. I'm heading for the Harvest Lane connector as I cross Glendinning at the bottom. I have passed this trail twice now. I cut across it at the top just after the cave, and now I'm cutting it across once again. It's pretty muddy actually. I was thinking of doing hill repeats one of these days, but not just yet. The next fitness adventure I shall be going on might well be on my push bike. The next dry sunny day I might take out the old Norco Malahad for a spin. That's a great way for me to burn calories. I've just about finished all the duck that I was telling you about on Saturday or Sunday, whenever I last recorded. I made some rotini with ground duck and mushroom and tomato bolognese type sauce on the rotini. I've done 4 servings for my son, the one that I cook and clean for. Mind you, I cook and clean for both of them really, but the older one I have to go to his place to do the activities of daily living, to help him with all those chores that certain people forget to do. Anyway, so the duck rotini, and I also made duck and vegetable pie, and I saved a couple of slices in the freezer for him too, so he's going to be getting 6 meals from me when I see him. on Friday. When you see in Strava where it says filial visit, that's what it means. Filial is my son or daughter. In fact, it could be a filial visit to a daughter, but I do not have a daughter. I have two sons. Talking of twos, there are two dogs and two women. Hello, dogs.
But I like this. I look
Hi
at
there.
Hi.
As they pop out to Harvest Lane, I will say bye-bye to you from midweek in March. The so far untitled episode. Bye-bye.